Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. Your phone rings. It's the call you've waited years for. Your redemption appointment is scheduled. But what happens next could either make you a multimillionaire or cost you everything. Most people have no idea what goes on behind those guarded doors. What do you bring? What do they ask? What if you say the wrong thing? In this deep dive, we pull back the curtain on redemption centers, the private facilities where wealth becomes reality. If you're not prepared for what's inside, you could walk out with far less than you deserve. In recent months, redemption centers have moved from the fringe of financial discussions into mainstream relevance, especially within the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese dong investment communities. With the long-anticipated global currency revaluation finally confirmed, thousands of investors across the world are now receiving notifications and appointment confirmations for private redemptions. Yet despite their growing importance, redemption centers remain shrouded in mystery. These are not your everyday bank branches. They are highly secure, discrete facilities set up to process high-value currency exchanges with specific protocols, limited access, and strict confidentiality. For many investors, understanding what these centers do, how to prepare, what to bring, and what to expect during their appointment could mean the difference between a smooth life-changing financial event or a missed opportunity. Redemption centers were established to manage the exchange of large foreign currency holdings, especially those related to revaluation events. Unlike traditional banking institutions, these centers are designed for privacy, efficiency, and high-security exchanges that involve contract rates and tiered payout systems. Most redemption centers operate independently or in partnership with global banks, private wealth firms, or sovereign financial entities. While the exact number and locations remain classified for security reasons, they are primarily located in major metropolitan areas across the United States, Canada, Europe, and the Gulf region. Appointments are invitation-based and often coordinated through pre-registered currency holders, wealth advisors, or structured exchange programs. To begin the redemption process, individuals typically receive either a secure email or a direct phone call providing confirmation that their currency qualifies for a structured exchange. These communications include a unique appointment code, location instructions, and a preparation checklist. Security is tight. Locations are disclosed only within 24 to 48 hours of your scheduled appointment. The facility may look like an office suite, a secure banking satellite office, or even an anonymous building with no signage. Upon arrival, you'll be required to pass through multi-factor identity verification including government-issued ID, biometric scan, and pre-confirmed currency authentication. One of the most important steps before arriving at a redemption center is documentation. You'll need to bring valid government-issued identification, typically 2 forms, such as a passport and driver's license. You must also bring proof of currency ownership, which can include purchase receipts, certificates of authenticity, and in some cases, chain of custody documentation if your currency has been held in secure depositories or transferred between trust accounts. If your currency was purchased through a registered dealer, ensure you bring all original documentation. Redemption centers are highly sensitive to counterfeit risks and non-verified holdings, and any lack of clarity may lead to delays or disqualification. Currency holders should organize their notes before arrival. Bundling your IQD, VND, or other eligible currencies by denomination and amount can streamline the verification process. Many centers prefer that the notes remain unsealed in a protective folder or envelope rather than inside sealed bags or tape, as they will need to authenticate them using advanced scanning equipment. Be prepared for a visual and digital inspection of every note. High-security watermark readers, UV scanners, and denomination verifiers are commonly used. Aside from physical currency and ID, you'll also need to bring financial documentation if you plan to deposit your proceeds into existing accounts or trust structures. This may include bank account numbers, trust certificates, LLC registration papers, or letters from legal counsel confirming your financial entity's validity. Redemption centers often work in tandem with private wealth divisions of major banks, and having your post-exchange structure in place ensures that your funds are processed securely and with maximum privacy. Expect a professional, highly coordinated environment. Upon arrival, you'll be greeted by security and escorted into a private office or suite where a representative will walk you through the process. There is no large waiting room. Each appointment is scheduled to avoid overlap, ensuring discretion and personal attention. Some centers may provide a currency specialist, a contract negotiator, and a compliance officer as part of your team. You may also be assigned a temporary wealth manager who will help you structure your exchange. During the appointment, you will be asked whether you wish to exchange at the publicly posted rate or if you are interested in reviewing available contract rates. This is a key moment. If you are not prepared with the correct language or questions, you may be guided toward the default base rate. However, if you are holding verified amounts of currency, typically 5 million Iraqi dinars or more, you may be eligible for Tier 2, Tier 3, or even Tier 1 contract rates depending on volume, compliance status, and documentation. Negotiation may take place during the appointment. Some contract rates come with conditions such as staggered payments, holding funds in specific accounts, or pledging a percentage to philanthropic causes. These terms are not mandatory but may be offered in exchange for premium rates. You'll be given the opportunity to review these terms, ask questions, and either accept or decline the contract. The agreement, if accepted, will be signed and stored digitally and physically. Post-contract, the redemption process moves to confirmation and processing. You will receive a detailed breakdown of your exchange, the amount due, taxes withheld if applicable, and estimated timelines for fund release. In many cases, initial funds are released within 24 to 72 hours, with larger tranches distributed over time depending on the size of the exchange and any structured payout agreements. Funds may be wired into multiple accounts, placed into trust structures, or temporarily held in digital vaults until your wealth team is fully assembled. Redemption centers are also staffed with compliance and fraud prevention teams. You may be asked additional questions about the origin of your funds, purpose of the exchange, and financial goals. These questions are standard and part of global anti-money laundering (AML) and Know Your Customer (KYC) policies. Cooperating fully and honestly ensures that your transaction proceeds without delay. False statements or evasive answers could flag your exchange for review or denial. Confidentiality is a core component of redemption center operations. Most clients are required to sign a non-disclosure agreement (NDA) before completing the process. This agreement prohibits you from discussing specific rate offers, contract terms, redemption center locations, or staff identities. While you can share general outcomes or personal reactions, disclosing exact details could result in legal consequences or the freezing of funds. This layer of secrecy is not meant to silence clients but to maintain order, prevent speculation-driven panic, and ensure that financial institutions remain protected from undue pressure. Some redemption centers offer additional services following the exchange. These can include estate planning, tax advisory consultations, introductions to vetted wealth managers, and security setup for your new financial status. Depending on your contract tier, you may be assigned a dedicated liaison who will assist with financial navigation for the first 12 to 18 months. You may also receive priority access to private banking instruments, offshore structuring opportunities, and investment platforms unavailable to the public. For international clients, the process is similar but may vary slightly depending on jurisdiction. In regions such as the UAE, Singapore, or Switzerland, redemption centers often work through family offices or sovereign trust partnerships. Local banking laws may affect the disbursement process, documentation requirements, and capital movement restrictions. However, the overall goal remains the same: to ensure secure, private, and verified exchanges of revalued currency under tightly controlled conditions. It's important to prepare mentally and emotionally for the appointment. Many clients report feeling overwhelmed during their redemption. After years, or decades, of holding on to IQD or VND, the moment of exchange can feel surreal. Emotions may range from anxiety to joy to disbelief. It's recommended to bring a trusted advisor or attorney if permitted, and to take notes during the appointment. Some centers allow you to review contract offers at home before finalizing them, though this is not always guaranteed. One of the most overlooked components of redemption is post-exchange protection. Once your funds are in your account, you become a high-value target. Redemption centers often advise on digital security, lifestyle adjustments, and risk management. From identity protection to armored transport options, clients are briefed on how to maintain a low profile and protect their wealth. This is not paranoia, it's protocol. The financial shift after redemption can attract unwanted attention if not handled discreetly. In the days following your exchange, it is crucial to meet with your legal, tax, and financial team. Do not make large purchases, sign new contracts, or wire significant funds until you have received formal advice. Funds released into your account may be monitored temporarily by your institution to prevent suspicious activity. The goal is to transition from currency holder to high net worth individual responsibly, legally, and strategically. The experience of redemption varies by person, but common themes persist. Preparation is key, documentation matters, and timing can impact everything. Those who arrive informed, organized, and calm often report the most successful outcomes. Redemption centers are not designed for speculation or guesswork. They are structured to process confirmed participants who understand the gravity of the opportunity before them. As the revaluation process continues to unfold, more redemption centers are opening, more appointment windows are being made available, and more investors are stepping into a reality they once only imagined. What was once a whispered dream is now a documented, institutionalized financial event. And for those who took the time to prepare, the Redemption Center is not just a destination, it's the starting point of a new financial life. Whether you're a seasoned IQD holder or someone preparing for your first appointment, understanding the flow, the expectations, and the protocols of a redemption center is essential. This is not just an exchange, it is the gateway to a different reality. How you walk into that room will determine how you walk out. And that is a moment worth preparing for with everything you've got. Like and subscribe for more videos.